are a meat grinder faction. We are trying to free the people so that they can join our armies, so we can throw them at the front lines to fight against our enemies. So, what is the Yellow Turban's goal in the game? They're like the peasant uprising. The Yellow Turbans are the rebellion that all the other, like, named members of the coalition are trying to put down. We are trying to destroy the Han Empire, and a number of other named characters here are dedicated to serving the Han Empire forever. So we are literally trying to stop what, like, half of these characters are trying to live and die by. The peasant riots. They're starting to see the error of the ways of those who are in charge, basically. If that makes sense. Okay, so we have the two fairly industrial-focused buildings. Blacksmith also gives us extra replenishment, which is great. That means we'll heal up after combat much faster. And we get some military supplies, which helps us weather the storm for sieges, basically. And then we have the Iron Vein, which is off to the side, but it's also part of the commandery. Another 100 income from industry. Reserve goes up, help us with sieges, government buildings are cheaper, and they have their own garrison. Small garrison. Mines are really good strategic positions from what I've been able to see so far. So let's get on with it. It's time to do our little tutorial fight. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew what was going on here, because this is a new faction, and I want to make sure I know what's going on here, because
people cry out for freedom, for
I
justice.
could easily make a mistake and screw the whole thing up.
Their shouts can be heard from every corner of China, and they will not be ignored. I dream of a country without the oppression of uncaring noblemen. I fight for this noble cause, and I will never relent.
I finally get to be spear guy. Are there factions where population growth is bad? I don't know, maybe. Or maybe not necessary. Because here's the thing with population growth. The more population growth you have, the bigger your population, the more food you need to feed those people. So if you're in a area where there's not many farms, or you can't supply the food, then yeah, population growth would be bad. Because then the people will start to rise up against you if you can't feed them. And you'll have a bunch of penalties. If you go for pop, there's the village healer. Yeah, we looked at the faction building. It seems really good. Seems like there's a lot of pros. Seems like a really fun faction to play as. Okay. Tutorial fight. We got a couple of light bow infantry. Let's take a closer look at our troops. Get a feel for who we're playing with here. Here are your friendly yellow turban archers. And they are supported on the front by the People's Warband, who are not to be underestimated. The People's Warband, excuse me. Do you see that melee power? 99? These are the most highly trained peasants you'll ever see. This is like the equivalent of your local militiamen, who just spend every single day honing their skills in combat. Every single one of these people is Keanu Reeves training for the next John Wick movie, okay? Hit points is crazy high for the People's Warband. Melee damage base is 50. They have a decent amount of morale as well. Base 83 melee, so not really great at charging, but they're all right. They make up for it. That HP is insane. Okay. And then, of course, our fearless leader, Yi, riding on horseback. I forgot to check your ancillaries before this fight, but that's okay. Hopefully, we don't need them. We're basically just gonna let them run into our archers. So let's go ahead and move these guys up. Oh, and don't forget, of course, our guerrilla fighters, who we can move around wherever we want to. The Yuzha. These are heavy sword infantry with nigh unbreakable morale. Will rarely ever be, I don't even think they can be routed. They are unbreakable. Yes. 72 melee toughness, almost impossible to kill. Very, very hard to shoot down. Frontline guerrilla deployed. Here's what we're gonna do. There's no trees here. Is this enough of a forest to be stealthed? See the eyeball? Eyeball means they're hidden, which means the enemy has no idea that they're there. So, we do this.
Swordsmen!
Get swordsmen in on the side, and away we go.
The time has come. Go!
We are literally going to sit here and wait.
Men! Get
Might
moving!
move forward ever so slightly.
Move out!
We'll go ahead and fast forward so that they can come here a little faster. Alright, so archers are going to be in position long before the enemy gets here. They currently just have a couple of pikemen. Really, you're challenging me? I think you're too strong for me. Zhao Ji is... It says, okay, can someone explain this meter to me? I've never understood. It says relative strength similar. Why does he have 2 up arrow bars above mine if relative strength says similar? That's what's confused me. Yes, just like my local militiaman. Leaders are stupidly OP in this? Well, that's kind of the whole point. You don't have to play in romance mode, Hungry Hedgehog. You can play in classic if you want to. And that does not make the leaders, like, champion units. They reworked the UI? Oh, the UI is great now, yeah. He's a duelist character type, so I think that means he's better in this matchup. Like, I am a healer, and I think I'm supposed to stay back kind of with friends, whereas their guy is like a champion duelist, like you said. Best used to engage enemy generals, weaker against units. But he's a level 1, maybe that's the difference. So he's like got the edge on me, but since her Yi is like level 3, maybe that kind of compensates a little bit. I'm just curious how their strength is similar. Anyways, I decline. Let's just let it go. I think we'll defeat him on the field without dueling. I think our friend here is better behind enemy lines, and here's why. Number 1, we've got a couple of nice melee attacks that can just disperse the enemy throngs. I got a wonderful all fronts buff, plus 10% melee evasion, so chance to dodge goes up, plus 10% armor, and immune to fatigue, which means they just don't get tired, to all nearby troops. I have a passive buff that gives every single troop inside the radius 15 morale, which is a lot. So for reference, we only have 48 morale on these yellow turban archers, so plus 15, look at that green bar, that's the buff, right? That's a big chunk for that passive. And then the plus 15% melee evasion base. So this is a really good just support general to have. Now let's slow this down so I can actually enjoy this.
Swords!
All right, so here's our goal. We want to intercept them before they get to the archers. And we've got a surprise heavy sword infantry right here. I'm gonna go ahead and
I will cut out your heart.
okay, calm
I
down.
will crush you for this insult.
Our men are spotted. Swords sharpened. No.
So they kind of waited for me, which is joke's on them. I'm just also gonna wait. If they want to wait, then I'm gonna wait. Here comes their general into my guerrilla troops. Like, if you guys don't want to move, that's fine. I will empty my arrow reserves on you. They tried to line up their halberd infantry. They were like trying to just wait for me to come to them with the pointy end sticking towards me, and they're just gonna wait there instead. That was a big jump. Honestly, I think we're okay because these are unbreakable heavy sword infantry. They will not retreat. So if anyone was gonna fight, it may as well be you. There they go. Now they got a little angry. So we're gonna have both of these guys fire over here, even if it hurts our commander. Let's go ahead and use our melee attack. We've got friends. Let's go ahead and change targets here. All right, now we want to be careful of friendly fire. I still don't know how good or bad friendly fire is in this game, or how damning it can be. They're about to retreat as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, hold your fire. No more attacks. If you want to shoot anybody, shoot their other general.
Attend, swordsman. Stand ready.
All right, both of their main squads are already on the way back, on the run. He's got yellow.
How wicked. witty.
Our
How
general's
very
quite tired. So we'll say, hold your fire again. Go ahead and stop.
witty.
And then both of my sword troops are going in.
Our victory grows ever closer.
Really? You want to do this at the end? You've already lost. I don't need to duel you. Now he doesn't want to duel. Okay, I would have taken it, but that's fine. The yellow turbans rise.
The enemy unit flees! What cowards!
The one enemy unit on a horse is just being harassed by our hero. Come on, you can finish him off. I love how he gets stalled every time he gets hit, and we're just like circling around him. I think we missed. There was a nice evasion
The
there.
enemy general is fallen! They were no match!
He literally fell. That's amazing. That was awesome. Eat dirt. Well done. Decisive victory. Let him go tell the others what happened on this day. No, we must execute the Han dynasty. They must all
Heaven
fall.
guided our weapons!
These are the enemies of the people. You capture some troops. 90 bucks is not that much. We don't really have much to replenish either. But since we lost some of our heavy sword infantry, I'm just gonna take the replenishment just to be safe.
In faith!
Wow,
Marching.
complete annihilation. Yi seeks to prove the Yellow Turban cause is just. We gained the heirloom spear. We'll have to take a look at that. We've defeated the enemy forces. Yi seeks talented warriors to help lead the rebellion. The people are eager to rise up and fight for our cause, my lord. We should organize them under a captain and have them join our army. I know, that's crazy. Maintain a total of 1 unit of spearman captain. Get bonus XP and money. Yi moves to prove the Yellow Turbans have strength. Wresting control of a heavily guarded settlement from the tyrannical warlords will be difficult, my lord. Look for opportunities for expansion elsewhere. Liberating a village from chaos and oppression is the best way to further our cause. Settlements sympathetic to the Yellow Turban cause can be annexed, bringing their resources and benefits under your control. So if we capture and occupy any settlement, get 2,000 bucks. That's gonna be, we're gonna get money from doing, not from sitting. Like, we don't really make much money in the treasury. Ooh, look at our friend.
Summon the merchants.
Herman.
I would browse their goods.
Herman, the most powerful, who,
What
by
do
the
you
way,
wish, my lord?
that is the oldest 21-year-old I've ever seen in my entire life. This dude has aged to at least 45. He's lived 2 lifetimes. That's just impressive. Could be worse, could be Warhammer 2 watching 2,000 guys swarm a guy on foot for 30 minutes because regular units can't hit fleeing generals. Bear Shark, what's up? Thank you for a tier 3 sub today. Thank you so much for the $25 sub. A just cause. I hope it is. Welcome back. Thank you for 49 months in a row. Much appreciated. And Twitch Your Mocha's out there somewhere for 6 months as well. Hey, Twitch Your. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Thank you for the 6-month sub. How you gonna call He-Man Herman? Well, because I was listening to the narrator, and my general is pronounced Her-Yi. The R is silent. So by the same reason, this other general should be Herman or Herman. So it's just kind of a joke now that there's a Herman. But we can say He-Man for fun. He smoked a pack a day since he was 12. The R is not silent, it's invisible. You know, it's silent and it's invisible. Okay, whatever. Eyesight, hearing, the 5 senses. I can't smell the R either, so it must not be there. I also can't feel it. You know what I mean?
This is proof of our righteousness.
Okay, friends. We don't have much to do besides group
The way
up.
is the only law.
Let us combine our forces.
I am at one again.
I want, of course, Yi to be the leader. Due to... Do you have any things that you can only use if you are the commander? Possibly. I mean, your actual stats. Let's take a look at your stats. Yi, leader of the people. Well, I'll disappear so you can read this. We get big armor buff. Military supplies in enemy territory for our own army. Nice. We also get those 3 abilities auto-unlocked. Those are the 3 we were just talking about. The big splash damage AoE, the melee evasion and armor buff, immune to fatigue, and also the passive, which has been very nice. And then Herman, the most powerful, has local commandery buffs. Research rate up, nice. 8% range block chance. Missile attack, hail of arrows, so it's gonna be fun. And then, so we have a melee and a ranged missile attack. So, can use if not engaged, 750 range damage. So, does this have a debuff as well? How long does this debuff last for? So you only want to use this if He-Man is not going to be engaged in combat. Use it from range. Interesting. Okay. So I think, since we are literally surrounded on all sides, we already mentioned the fact that every single person around us is at war. Is there anyone we can make peace with? No. Okay. Well, sure. That makes sense, I guess. We can't make peace until we ascend to healed. Fair enough. In that case, I need to stack my army ASAP. So let's recruit. You'll be able to recruit next turn. Okay, that's fine. There's all the ancillaries we gained. Mission success. New mission to hire a yellow turban spearman captain. And we need to capture and occupy any settlement.
Unify in one direction.
Question, should I go ahead and start the upgrade to large town? I think so. So it ups our population capacity from 300k to 400k. Commerce doesn't matter. Reserve capacity is the same, building slot 2, so not much of a bonus except the population cap, but it does get us 1 step closer to small city, which is going to give us an extra 3rd building slot. And this is, how many turns? 3 turns for 2,000? It's probably worth it, because I don't think I can upgrade any of these. Insufficient funds, so I can upgrade the iron pits for 2,600. Can't upgrade either of these until you have a small city. Yeah, you have to have a small city. Welcome to Clive Rip Chat. Hello. I get the name Romance Mode as a reference to the book. Yes. It is, where all this is based on. The Quantum R. You just yelled by the power of Grayskull! Oh, good old He-Man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Since we can't recruit this turn anyways, let's go ahead and start the upgrade to a large town. We're gonna need to do it sooner or later, and we have a very limited amount of space to work with. Okay, anything else we should look at? Maybe court. We have 1 more potential general, 0 candidates. Very empty court right now. Interesting. And on we go. Curious who's going to be the first one to poke their nose into our territory. So far, there is no one, but there will be someone soon. Just wait. Easy turn. Yellow Turban Rebellion is getting pushed back. Voodoo is way over here. Voodoo is like up here, I'm pretty sure. It's definitely in the west. I think it's like here. I remember it's close to Dong Zhuao. Ma Tang is fighting the Yellow Turban to the west. Gongdu. That was an easy turn. Okay, so we got money and we can recruit. We need to recruit ASAP, but we have a choice to make.
Prepare my
Do we want